figured. Yeah, I've actually dreaded this night for a long time. My wife would tell you, I had nightmares about this for several weeks, thinking that nobody would show up. True story. I knew my brother would be here. I knew Jerry would be here. You know, a couple of people in my career that I can honestly say, this is not new to them because they both heard it from me before. I don't say it for the sake of the people that are here, because those of you that know me, or my family, my extended family, know you've heard me say these names many times. You know, Jerry promoted me to sergeant, promoted me to lieutenant before he retired. I was greatly honored by that. There was many times that Jerry and I spoke together over some critical things in my personal life and my professional life. And he was very, very compassionate. He taught me compassion. He taught me understanding. He taught me forgiveness. He taught me humility. And I've used that to the best of my ability throughout my career. I've used Jerry Keller's examples to me, his own forgiveness of me, and understanding of some of the things in my career that I look back in hindsight that, you know what, I had to do it again, I would do it differently. But he taught me that. And I just want him to know that he's here, that I promised when he left this department that I would honor the things that he taught me every day, the decisions that I tried to make. Whether they were right decisions, or in reflection, maybe they weren't the best of decisions. But I knew that as long as they were based on compassion, grace, empathy, and understanding of who you were, and some of the places you've been in your life, you'd be a better leader for it. And I've learned that from a great man like Jerry Keller. So to have him give me my badge, I can't express my gratitude, Sheriff. Thank you. And Larry, he's been my friend since the day pretty much I hired him in this department. He's just not my friend. I consider him my brother. You know, he's been at my side without question, never questioned me. You know, and I've had, like you, I've always remembered that I'm a human being like everybody else. And I'm just grateful that I have the blessings in life that I've always had. All I've ever wanted to be since I was a little kid was three things. I couldn't be Batman. That was taken. Bruce Wayne took that. I wanted to be a police officer since as long as I can remember. I used to ask my parents, or my mother at the time, I'd be playing with my police cars. I was watching the World Trade Centers get built from my window in New Jersey. And I'd play with my police cars and I'd ask my mother, how many days is it going to be until I get to be a police officer? And I'm reminded of that all the time. And every day I went to work, I remembered that. I took time to remember those things. And the gratitude that I had that I was able to achieve something that was probably well beyond my own abilities. But I had friends and brothers like Larry who were always there to prop me up and support me. And when I fell down and I banged my knee or worse, they never questioned me. They never ran from me. They picked me up, talked to me, treated me like a man, like a brother. Gave me some wonderful lessons and mentoring and said, you know what, brother, I'm with you. I'm at your side. I'll carry you when you can't walk another step. And Larry has always been that way to me. He gave me my very first commendation. I was in the academy, and Larry gave me my first positive contact. And then beyond that, when he was in the gang unit, and I worked with my brother Jim Seeley, who's sitting over here, over on the west side. And Larry sent me one of my friends. I still have those things to this day because I was so grateful that this man would take the time out of his busy schedule and the things that he was doing that were critical to him in his life and his career to acknowledge somebody like me. And I've always brought those things with me through my entire career. Remember, you're just a man. Take time out of your day to acknowledge other people and understand they're just like you. And I've been grateful that I get to go to work every day with people I knew were just giants. It's the amazing thing about the Metropolitan Police Department is there's not a day that I went to work that I didn't look around me, and I don't care what classification of employee you were, whether you were quote-unquote a civilian, and those of you that know me know I don't like categories. But whether you were a lest or you were a chief, I was just amazed at the quality of the people that I had the honor to work with, that I knew in so many ways were just so much better at so many things than I was. And I was grateful for it, and I still am grateful for it. And you know, to my family, my wife, my kids, who have stood by me all these years, when those calls would happen in the middle of the night and say, Dave, you gotta go, there's this or that happening, there's a gang member, there's this, there's a shooting, whatever the case was, without question, they supported me and they propped me up. And when I would go home and cry over some of the things I saw at work, one of the things that I found out pretty early on, being a guy, that, you know, go figure, my wife and my daughters and even my sons appreciated that quality in me, that I wasn't afraid to cry, ever. And I'm still not. I've cried a lot today. I've had many, many, many surprises today, including all of you. And I cannot begin to express to you, every one of you personally, my gratitude to every one of you for being here.